Hello everybody and welcome back to another exclusive video for Novos. Today we are going to be talking about the top 5 things that you need to be doing in the weeks upcoming towards the FNCS. Now the FNCS was announced for May the 2nd for the first qualifier, which means that it is just around the corner. So you need to be having the most effective training and practice going into it to get yourself the best chance of qualifying to that finals. So let's get into it. The first thing that I want to be talking about is the tournament plan for FNCS. Now, you need to be going into this tournament with an effective game plan and strategy over 3 hours. As you know, you have 10 games in total in the FNCS, meaning you have 10 possible chances within the 3 hours to get as many points as possible. The big question in every single tournament is, do you need to W key the first game? And the simple answer is no. So the most effective strategy for you to always go into any tournament, whether it being FNCS or duo cash cups or solo cash cups, is playing the leaderboard. And what that means is you're going to go into game number 1 just playing for the win and getting as many eliminations as you can towards the late game. And that basically means that you're going to be checking after every single game where you are on the leaderboard. So, for example, if the top 500 players qualify, and after the first hour you're top 1500 or top 2000, then you know you need to play a little bit more aggressively in order to get yourself into the threshold to qualify. And that's the way you should be playing. You should be playing all the games out as efficiently as possible, because you don't want to end up running out of games towards the last hour of an FNCS. The last hour, as we've seen in any sort of cash cup, is the most important, and that's what needs to be focused on towards the end of the tournament. So you want to make sure you have at least 3 to 4 games in total by the last hour, and then you can sort of decide whether or not you need to play more aggressive or not. The worst thing that can happen to you in a tournament is that you overly W key at the start, you get contested, and then you start dying or spawn 3 or 4 times within the first hour, and then that means in the last 2 hours you have 5 games left in total where you cannot die or spawn, so you have to play overly safe and then land in a really bad position. So play the leaderboard, play as many games out as you can in total, and then if you need to W key, then you always have extra games towards the end of the tournament in order to catch up. The second thing that I want to be talking about is drop spot preparation. Now, we've mentioned this a bunch of times in previous videos and workshops, but it is always good to reiterate these sort of things. Drop spot preparation comes in the form of 2 main things: effective loop pathing and also rotation preparation. Now, effective loop pathing is essentially knowing where the materials are that you want to be farming. So knowing what the fastest metal is, what the fastest brick is, and what the fastest wood is in different types of situations. And that goes to the second point of zone preparation. Essentially, you want to be looking at where to rotate to and from in every single type of different zone. So this can be done very easily by just opening up Fortnite.gg, writing out what type of zone you're going to be playing for, and then mapping out the rotation that you're going to have in farming materials. So, for example, if I'm landing over at the bottom right side of the map of Condo Canyon and zone pool top left, then I want to be farming my wood maybe somewhere inside of the sanctuary, because there's the most amount of wood possible over there, and maybe even farming my brick on sort of areas nearby as well. So that's basically what you want to be doing. You're going to set up the zone, map out where you're going to be farming, where you're going to be rotating. Obviously this changes game to game, but you want an overall strategy that can help you out, and then you can practice that in scrims afterwards. The third thing that I want to be talking about is effective practice and what you should be focusing on in effective practice. Now, it is very short time until the next FNCS, so effectively training your mechanics right now won't make a huge difference in your overall playstyle. So you want to be focusing on game sense practice, so getting those scrims in and then VOD reviewing them afterwards. And effective practice goes into my 4th point as well of effective VOD reviewing. Now, effective practice is essentially using VOD reviewing to your advantage in order to practice efficiently. And what that means is every single game of scrims or practice, you want to be taking one key concept and practicing that. So for example, if you're struggling on your loop path, then focus on only your loop path that game, regardless of where it puts you in a position going into late game. And then VOD review that, take a look at what happened, and then fix a core issue from that. If you're fixing late game impact fragging, then only focus on getting impact frags, even if you have really good match or rotation, because you're trying to practice that specific thing, and focusing on doing the same thing over and over again won't help you improve in the long run. So focus on effectively practicing, and then VOD reviewing one key concept, and then practicing it again afterwards in order to get yourself the best prepared and to iron out those mistakes going into the FNCS. Last but not least is all about mental preparation. Now, the FNCS weekdays are long. These are 6 hours in total of total gameplay, and if you include warm-up for an hour before that and the hour in between round 1 and round number 2, you can be effectively gaming and at high core mode for about 8 hours in total. So you want to be preparing yourself for this and mentally getting there to get ready. So what you can do now is sort of set yourself up a schedule. If you're coming home from school at a certain time, set up hour blocks of 3 hours to practice and warm up at the same time period. Eat at the same time that you would be during an FNCS. Go outside, take walks at the times where you would be in preparation for a tournament, and get that habit formed before the actual FNCS. You want to put yourself as most comfortable as possible going into the tournament. You don't want to be doing something different on the tournament day because you'll feel uncomfortable, you won't feel stable, and then that will affect your overall gameplay. So get into the habit now so that when you are playing FNCS, it's just another normal day for you with a tournament inside of it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope these sort of tips will help you qualify to the next round of FNCS. I'll be there right alongside with you, helping you improve as well. Have yourself a good one. I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.